Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Waio, ko Mamakai te Maunga Teitei, ko ngā nuhaka te wai repo, ko Takitimu te waka tapu, ko Ngāti Rākai Pāka te iwi, ko Tessa Williams tōku ingoa. Kia ora, my name's Tessa Williams. I whakapapa to Nuhaka on the East Coast and to Aberdeen in Scotland. I currently live in Upper Hutt, Poneke. My practice centres my voice as a Māori mama, and as a Māori mama I want to ensure my tamariki have the best possible place left behind for them when I'm not here anymore. So I try to make sure that my art is made as sustainably as possible and tend to use a lot of natural resources now in my practice. My work entered into Kingi Tu Heitia Awards, was called #It's Not About a Tie, and that was in direct response to the actions of Trevor Mallard removing Rawiri Waititi from the Māori Party from Parliament for wearing his heitiki instead of a material tie. For those of you that don't know, a heitiki represents your ancestor. Later that evening, there was a social media post by Tamati Olsen, was it Tamati Coffee, Aroha Mai, but where he belittled his fellow Māori, Rawiri Waititi, for standing up for our culture. And that was really mamae for me as well, to see that lateral violence coming from our people onto our people. So this piece was made in response to that, to say, brother, it's not just about a tie. As I said, heitiki represent one's ancestor, and this piece represented my ancestor, and that is rongo mai wahine. Ko rongo mai wahine te mana wahine o tā mātou iwi. Rongo mai wahine was well known in Te Ao Māori as a beautiful, beautiful, prestigious wahine who married kahununu, and from which many of kahununu around the country now come from, including her grandson Rākai Pāka, who our iwi got our name from, Ngāti Rākai Pāka. So I thought it was really fitting to depict my tupuna wahine. I decided to go back to Nuhaka and gather some uku, gather some kokowai, some red ochre, and I gathered it and then processed it back home here over a couple of weeks into a powder form, and then imprinted it with heitiki. I printed it with plastic heitiki from the $2 shop, and that was really to speak to being plastic Māori, I suppose, as well. There's quite a few layers to a lot of my works, and so another layer to the Kingi Tu Heitia work was the casing that it's in. So it's in a casing which is just like this one here. I made them with a friend, Clayton Tansley, and it is structured or modelled off a Wardian case. And so Wardian cases were brought over on the colonial ships, and to take plants or encase plants so that they would be able to travel long distances and still survive. And when I hear about Wardian casings, I think about all of our taonga that were taken back over to museums and stool over away from their whānau which they belong to, very alone and in drawers and in cupboards and in cases. Yeah, so that's what that's about. I think that's all I can tell you. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you interact with the Māori of my tupuna, the Māori of my mahi and myself. And please feel free to come and follow my journey in Toi Māori at toybytessa.com on Insta or Facebook. Kia ora.